So in testing live on the system, two issues have come up. The enter key here on the number 8 keypad and the clear key do not work. And I think I might see a lifted trace there from when I removed them. So I'm going to go ahead and ohm out that trace. And the next issue is this one key sticking. I get it down there and it's just sticky in use. So I'm going to go ahead while I have it apart and pull that down. But the first thing I want to do, that's cold solder joint. That definitely needs to be touched up while I'm looking at it. So I'm getting at least some of this on camera. It's still not looking great. It's better. So let's trace the lead from this enter key. Oh, it would help if I actually put it in continuity test. That comes up to there, and this side comes up to here. I don't have continuity. Or to here. I do have. There we go. I'm looking from here. Yeah. Yeah, it looked visually to me like right here. I had lifted some foil right there when I took the keyboard apart. As I can't get continuity through there, I can actually feel now the lifted foil. So I need to repair that. I'm going to do that now. Oh, where's my better pair of glasses? There's a couple of ways I could do this, just point-to-point wiring. Can't find the good glasses. Looks a little far to me to just rely on a solder bridge. So, where's my little loop of wire? It's amazing how you have things until you need them and then they vanish. There it is. So I'm going to take a little piece of wire. I'm going to bend a little hook on the end. I'm going to solder that down into the pin there on the clear key. And that is going to be bridged over to the trace here, and I'm going to scrape a little more of the solder mask off. length. Bend it down on. Can't get a great mechanical connection this way, but shouldn't need any flux with that. There, that took solder just fine. Now on to this guy, which I'm pretty unhappy with it sticking at this point. So we're going to stress the PCB here even more. Now those cleaned out nice. In this case, he's going to be a little bit tricky to get out of there. If I can get the keycap off. I hate being that brutal with it, but there it goes. And he is going to go into the bag of bad switches, which is the small one here. That should, hopefully, prepare the clear key, numeric keypad, enter key, and get a nice solid one key working. These definitely don't feel as nice as these do, because these are brand new. They don't feel bad, but they don't feel as great. So anyhow, that's where I'm at now. So the replacement for the one key went well. That works much nicer. All of these have been tested. Everything is installed here. I'm just going to keep working through and putting in more switches. That actually has what appears to be, oh, it's just solder. Looks like it might have been a bit of trace, but it was just solder. Just kind of try to keep working these in. Pin is fairly bent. actually goes in at a different angle. That one didn't clip in. Both leads went through. Not sure why it hasn't clipped in. I may have to pop that one back up out. I'm just going to set it aside rather than battle it. Dropped right in, it snapped in easily. Really, at this point, it's just a matter of working on through it, doing a batch, soldering and testing. Now, as you can see, it's pretty unexciting, so I'll keep working here and update you shortly. Well, with the exception of the Q key here, all the others seem fine. The Q seems to only type when you actually release the key, so there's definitely something wrong with it. So now it kind of becomes a fun battle of getting it back up out of here. It's a little harder to do when the entire mechanism's put together. That kind of sucks that it make sure the leads are broke loose, and they are. Now it's just kind of a battle to walk that up out of there. Not too worried about actually saving the switch. There it is. This one I'm going to throw into the bad bag. And we'll just keep adding. I'm going to leave some room up here, just that if I have another bad switch in the Q position, it'll be a little bit easier to get it out. And I will finish around it last. One of the leads is pretty bent. No reason to battle it. One's got a definitely bent lead. Some of these that have the leads bend over when it was first assembled. So hopefully all this work will pay off and I will have a nice spare functioning keyboard. Of course, the next battle on this will be cleaning the keycaps, seeing if I can restore them to something usable. Well, something at least aesthetically pleasing. The brown muddy color they have, or tan muddy color, is just not very attractive. They're actually going in really well. I've fought with keyboards before trying to get one key in that you manage to work out to replace. It's been somewhat of an epic battle. That one is not going to be a happy little camper. Sure those holes are really open, and they are. There it is. Kind of sad that even after going through and testing all the keys, I've had a few bad ones sneak through. I guess not unexpected. The ones that were grossly bad at least got filtered out. Throw in one more. Get one in for the space bar, which goes this way. Space bar is one of those where the orientation is different from the majority. And we solder. There's the replacement cue. Oh, I want to get the space bar as well. And there we have it. A couple of keys left up here with the thought it might be easier to replace the cue if this cue's bad. Again, anyhow, I'm going to go test.